My name is DeBlass, and I own Ocean County Brazilian Jiu Jitsu. I've been training for like 15, 16 years. I've had my academy. It's going to be 12 years in January. I always say in life, if we don't make something a necessity, we won't do it. Like, if we don't make training a necessity for our students, it's not something they need in their life, when they have to cut costs, they're going to cut training, right? So I try to make myself be needed, right? And training is something that has become needed for me. So I train hard. I'd say hard on the mats 5 days a week, but I'm doing something 7 days a week for sure. Between lifting, conditioning, training, I'm at it every day. For me, it's easy. Everybody talks about, oh, I'm so busy, I'm this and that. I'm like, man, there's 24 hours a day. Like, I only sleep, I go to bed at 12 a.m., or maybe 1 a.m. I wake up at 8 a.m. and I'm between 8 a.m. and 12 a.m. I'm working, So I'm doing seminars every month. I'm running the school, I'm training, I'm on the school board, have my DVDs released, and I'm just using every minute of every day to get something done. I believe it's probably a little easier for me because I actually love what I do. Like, I create my own destiny. I am the ruler of my destiny. Depending on how hard I work is how much is going to come back to me, So for me, hard work is something that is just normal. I don't really need to rest. It's something I feel fortunate to have on my plate, so I take full advantage of it, So I don't know any other way than to grind nonstop. When I first opened my school, I was a school teacher, so I would be a school teacher during the day, leave, come to my school, be here at 10 at night, go do the whole school teacher thing the next day. It's just what I do. I like to stay with the time. So I won my first ADCC trials, North American Trials, in 2009, and I won my last trials was 2016. So I've been able to compete at a high level for, I've actually been doing it for close to a decade now, and the game is constantly evolving. So I feel the true way for me to know how much it's evolving is to literally throw myself in the fire and feel it. Competition is always different from training. So I like to constantly learn more about myself. And I always say, once I step on the mats, whether I'm winning or losing, I'm definitely learning, and I'm bringing something back to my students. And one of the reasons I get so much respect from my students is they've seen me suffer, man. Even on the mats and training, like, no one's gonna outwork me. No one's gonna, be more tired than I'm willing to be. I always say, no matter how successful you become, you can never lose your grit. You can never lose your desire. It's very easy for me now to sit back. I don't have to compete another day in my life. Whether I win or lose, people are gonna respect me and love me for me. But competition is something I do personally for myself because I believe it makes me a better person and instructor, and the better I am as a person and instructor, the better teacher I am to my students. And I don't believe I'm anywhere near my best. Grappling is not MMA. We use a lot of static strength, and as we get older, we get stronger. And I'm learning a lot more. I'm kind of transforming my game as we speak. And I'll be competing in the next ADCC 2 years from now, and who knows, maybe after that I'll be doing it again. I said this is my last ADCC, but as a competitor, man, it's hard to walk away, especially when you don't need to walk away. I'm able to balance everything, I think we're all a little crazy. I think there's something, it's funny because Gary, Gordon, myself, we've all had similar upbringings. We had to fight for everything we got, we had to work for everything we've earned. No easy days, and I think that's very much the Jersey mentality, Stay gritty, fight hard, and I think we're all pretty nice people too, you know what I mean? So I think it's a rarity to find people that are very high level, but just like so nice, and I think that's something that we all have. Like, we really enjoy being friendly, we enjoy busting chops too, and we enjoy competing and fighting hard, To me, that's one of my, I just named some of my biggest joys in life, I think the biggest problem is everybody wants money. Money, money, money. They're money driven. I never opened my school thinking about money. I always thought about helping people, So my biggest thing is always helping as many people as I can. And the consequence of helping people and doing the right thing is gonna be money. You're gonna be able to make a living through it. So you have to be genuine, you have to care. And if you're a martial artist instructor, get in the mats and train. Get in the mats and train with your students. Don't ask your students to do 100 push-ups when you can't do 20, unless you're injured. I would never ask my students to do something that I wasn't willing to try or do or have done, you know. Now that doesn't mean I won't get a student that's more talented than me and be able to do more than me, but it doesn't mean I'm not trying to do it, you know. So I think an instructor has to be genuine. And they have to understand, yeah, we're running a business, but at the same time, this is not a business. This is not a gym. This is an academy. This is a place of learning. And I get people from all over the world messaging me with their problems, and some of them are just like, I don't want to say silly, there's no silly problems, but when you're like, oh, I'm a purple belt and a blue belt tapped me and I feel sad, what do I do about it? I mean, man, yeah. It is what it is, you know what I mean? But, you know, some people have really deep, intense problems, you know? And I'm thankful that they feel they could come to me and talk, because life is tough, man. Life is tough. So I think martial arts instructors need to understand, everybody who comes through that door, this could be their last chance. They're coming through the door for a reason. They're not going to retro fitness. They're not going to, you know, another thing. They're choosing martial arts because they want this to change their life, you know? And we have to do our best for them. And if we don't do our best for them, we won't succeed. You know, if they don't succeed, we don't succeed, you know? So I took a big chunk of responsibility upon myself when I first opened. To every student I lose is my fault. I didn't do well enough. I didn't do good enough. I didn't inspire them enough. As I grow older, and as I've been open 12 years, I find that you could literally give everything to some people, everything, and the appreciation won't be reciprocated. But that doesn't mean, I think a lot of martial arts owners get burnt out. That doesn't mean the next person doesn't deserve that all over again. You have to keep giving yourself to everybody that comes in your path, no matter how many times you feel that it wasn't appreciated. The education process, you know, having a degree, like I never liked school so much. I had severe ADHD, you know, but I learned how to problem solve and make it through school. And a kid who had severe ADHD when he was in 9th grade was on a 3rd grade level, me. I managed to graduate high school and graduate college with a B average, you know, I found a way. So I think the more professional we could keep things, the better. You know, like I run a professional academy. You could see my school, it's very clean. Things are systematically placed a certain way for a reason. When you walk through my door, I don't want you to think, oh, look at this gym. I want you to think like, wow, look at this place. This is a nice place, you know what I mean? Like I was literally just furious when I looked at the wall over there. Some pieces of the paint were picked away, and it made me so irritated because I want everything perfect here. So I think martial arts school owners, yeah, I mean, you have to be educated to see these things, you know what I mean? And dealing with students, I don't think it's necessarily what school will teach us, but for me as a school teacher, I was in front of kids. I was in front of kids that were special needs kids, you know? So I found out how to work, but I was a special needs kid, you know what I mean? So I kind of know how to work with people because I have to live with myself every day. You know what I mean? I know how hard the simplest tasks are for me. So I kind of understand people. And you'll see when I teach the kids, like I have a certain connection with these kids, you know, like I don't have to yell. I could just literally look at them. And watch, today will be the day that's pure anarchy in the school. But I hope it is, because you'll be able to see that with just simple movements and body language that you could totally bring them back to where you want. Now this takes practice, this takes years. I focus more on my mind than I do on my body, you know, and I think that's what most people fail with. The mind is everything. If you don't believe it, you won't do it, you know. But you can't only believe it, you have to have the work ethic to back up that belief, you know. So work ethic, belief, and achieve, you know. But you have to be persistent. You're gonna have rough days. Like this month is a very slow month for the school. So what? If this was 10 years ago, I would have been pulling my hair out. Now I'm like, man, we've been here before. It's just how it is before Christmas. You know what I mean? Like I don't worry, because I believe in a higher power, and I believe that I'm good for people, and I believe that that higher power kind of pushes people my way. You know, and it'll never stop. I think when people are around me, they feel better about themselves. When people are in my presence, they're gonna walk away feeling good. Even when I like bust your balls and make fun of you, you're gonna laugh. You know what I mean? Like, I say what I feel when I feel like it. I don't bite my tongue. I kind of get away with a lot of things that other people wouldn't, but I think it's because people know I'm genuine. I'm not perfect. I don't know if it's necessarily my drive for perfection or my drive to help. I think people sense that I've been through a lot in my life. You know, at 35 years old, I've been through a lot, and I found a way to become one of the most successful in the world in my field, right? And now my field is opening up to more than just teaching jiu-jitsu, you know, more than just competition. It has to do with, you know, literally speaking to people, talking to people, helping people. And I think my drive to help as a genuine person has made my name as big as it is, right? Because I'm sure sometimes people are like, man, how did he get so big so quick? This hasn't been quick. I've been at this my whole life, man. You know, I won, like I said, I was winning Pan American titles in 2007, 2008. You know, here we are now in 2000, I don't even know what year it is, 2017. And here I am, you know, because it's just persistence, hard work. And then finally people are like, man, like, no matter how successful he becomes, like, he never, I use the terms, you know, I'm not a sellout, you know. Even with my seminars, I keep them priced reasonably enough to where I could be asking for 3 times as much, but I want people to bring me in for seminars and hopefully make a few dollars of their own. You know what I mean? Trying to help as many people as I could. They're helping me by bringing me in. Why don't I want to help them back? It's not just all about Tom. It's not the, you know, it's not the Tom show. You know, it's all about us. So I think that's what helped me. My life once I opened my martial arts school compared to my life before has been much smoother. I learned a lot on the mats through training, you know, like, it's okay if you get tapped 1,000 times. You could get tapped in front of your students and they're still going to respect you. You could look bad in front of your students and they're still going to love you. I think the fear of looking bad is what stops many, many instructors from training. Man, you bring the toughest guy in the room. I don't care who they are. They walk through my door like, I can't wait to get my hands on them. You know, I want to train. I don't care who's watching. I don't care. It just doesn't matter to me because I train because I love to train. I knew this before though, but this is something that I would like to get through to other people. Like, don't let your fear of looking bad outweigh your love, your supposed love for martial arts, right? Because if you truly love it, you love it on its good days and its bad days. You love it if you're winning or you're losing. You love it, right? You can't just love it when it's going good for you. You have to love it on all days. Don't worry about the students who aren't there. Worry about the students who are there, right? That's probably the biggest thing. I used to worry if we had a small class. I used to get frustrated and upset and worry where are these other people? And it puts you in a bad mood. And the people who are there giving you their time, you know, they're getting the short end of the stick. So now, if you're not here, I hope I'm gonna reach out to you, right? But like, I'm so busy in my life now, I'm not gonna chase somebody every week for a year. Because I've done that before, and then people say, oh, you're pressuring me to train. So no, I'm thinking about you, but if you really wanna be close to me, get on the mats. That's it. I'm really not friends with anyone who doesn't train. Not because I don't like you if you don't train, I just don't have time. You know, so focus on the students that are there. I'm gonna be a household name. People think I'm big now. This is nothing. This is just the beginning of what's to come. I've called everything. I've said what would happen. You know, I used to post my motivational quotes 5-7 years ago, and my teammates would bust my chops making fun of me. I say, okay, make fun of me now. You'll see one day it's gonna pay off. And sure enough, it has. And I'm gonna be someone that many people come to for inspiration, you know, across the entire globe. And it's already happening now. It's just gonna grow more and more. If you do the right thing, you know, and you truly care about people, it's inevitable. How could I not keep growing? It doesn't make it, you have to, you know, so, and then of course, kicking butt when I compete, see my students kick butt when they compete, helping people on the mats, and just keep being happy. I just want to be happy, you know, I want to be happy and I want other people to be happy. So if I wake up tomorrow and running the school doesn't make me happy anymore, I'm going to close my school. Competing doesn't make me happy, I'm not going to compete. But right now I see all these things making me happy for many years to come.